Happy baseball reading, everyone. Hey guys, what's up? It's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video. This is one I have been working on for like the past couple weeks. It's baseball season, so I have some baseball romance recs for you. Alright, so if you read sports romance, which is the romance genre in general, you probably know that baseball is harder of a sport to find in terms of good books to read. Obviously your top ones are going to be football, hockey, and soccer. Those ones are like really easy to find. Baseball, I found that it was a little bit of a struggle, so I decided to make it some homework for myself and go on a journey. And I read some good ones and I read some great ones. So I have 5 books for you. I am currently reading another one right now, so I'm probably going to do another like part 2 to this soon because baseball season goes for a while. So hopefully some of these ones that I talk about will get you interested. Okay, so the first one I read was Wild Card by Ashley Munoz. This one is a college baseball romance. Our male main character, he was the star of the team, and then something happened to him where he was injured, so he's only been able to work out with the team, but he hasn't been able to play. And then our heroine, she is in the journalist program at school, and the editor of the paper needs her to come up with like a really good story. And so she goes home one night and her stepsister has received a wild card, like an actual physical playing card, because the boys on this college baseball team, they have this game that they have going where they have the underclassmen pass out certain playing cards to girls that they want to get with, and whatever card they get, it shows how far they want to get with the girl. So her stepsister has received a wild card, meaning that somebody wants to go all the way with her. She later gets sick, and so she gives the card to her stepsister to go to the party so she can write her story. So she gets there, she gets in the room, and the guy that wanted to meet her stepsister is our main male character. However, it's not really supposed to be him. He was impersonating the guy that was supposed to go in this room. So they're both impersonating each other, and your story is going to go from there. I really enjoyed it. I really liked the guy. It was just a cute, wholesome, it was quick, easy college sports romance read. Okay, then the next one I read was actually like my favorite. It was one of my top reads for the month of April, and it is Dirty Curve by Meagan Brandy. I was obsessed with this one from start to finish. The guy was perfect. Okay, so this is another college baseball romance, and this one is set up, you know, like the generic blueprint for a lot of college, high school sports romances. He is the star of the baseball team. She is a tutor, so he gets assigned to her for tutoring, and of course she's like, you know, keeps to herself. He's the hot shot around campus, and so when he meets her, she is an absolute literal hot mess. She ends up wearing like the same sweater to every tutoring session. He gets really frustrated because, like I said, he's like the hot shot on campus, so everybody looks at him, all the girls want to be with him, and in their first few tutoring sessions, it's very noted that she will not look up at him. She keeps looking down, she's all over the place, and he's like, why won't you look at me? And then you find out that she has some other things going on in her life where it makes it so she's just all over the place, and she doesn't have time to do anything but school, tutoring, and work. And when he finds out what her circumstances are, it brought him like to a whole new level. So I loved this book. It was a very close to being a 5-star for me. I'm just very picky with my 5-star reads. Okay, the next one I read was The Locker Room by Meagan Quinn. This is the first in an 8 companion novel series of the boys on this baseball team, so I definitely am gonna get through the list. I just read this first one right away. So this one is another college sports romance. Now, I really liked this one. I had to lower my rating because of some things that happened towards the end. if you don't like unnecessary time jumps towards the end of your books, this is probably not going to be the book for you. But if that time jump hadn't happened, I probably would have rated this book a 4.25 or even a 4.5 stars. So this one, obviously, once again, college romance. Our heroine, it's the very first day of classes, and she loses her map. It like flies in the wind and smacks our hero in the face. And this is a guy falls first trope, and he is like instantly taken by her. What I really liked about this book was there was a lot of pining and groveling, like for her to go out with him. Like he was getting people on the baseball team, he was serenading her. I mean, I was all for it. Like, if a guy is gonna go to those lengths just to get you to go out with him, I think he's a goodie. So this one was another fun, enjoyable read. And there really wasn't much more to this one other than the fact that, like, he's the star of the baseball team. He's very, very, very focused on his baseball dream, and she is very supportive of his baseball dream in return. Okay, and then I read Bad Boys Break Hearts by Michaela Smeltzer. I had no idea this was even a sports romance based on the cover. I mean, it just looks like another generic bad boy, good girl romance, but this one was, I liked it because it was not only a baseball romance, but it was a bully romance, and bully romances are like up here for me. So this one, another college romance. Most of these are college romances. So he, I think, is a junior in college, star of the baseball team. He and the heroine, they were best friends when they were little, when they were 10 and 8 years old. They lived next door to each other, both very, very wealthy. Her father was a senator, and he was about to get in trouble for some embezzlement problems, so he hung himself before he could be arrested. And so because of that, her family's entire reputation was tarnished. They couldn't have their money anymore, so her and her family and her mother were forced to move out of state and into a really crappy trailer park in Florida, and then the hero and the heroine never saw each other again. So then you pick up at the very beginning of the story. She is a freshman in college. It's her first day, and how the two run into each other is she ends up going out to a bar her first night at college, and she hooks up with a guy, and in the morning when she is doing her walk of shame and leaving, she runs into our hero, who happens to be the roommate and best friend of the guy that she just hooked up with. So obviously he's not happy about that, and then that's where the bullying is gonna start. So I really enjoyed this one. It was very, very fun. Like I said, the bully aspect of it just brought it to a whole other level, because the other baseball books I read, like I said, there was a lot of pining and like, you know, please go out with me. This one was, you know, him thinking in his head, she's mine, but then, you know, being a total asshat to her in real life. Okay, and then last but not least, this is not a college sports romance. Actually, this is MLB, Major League Baseball. So this one is called Moonshot by Alessandra Torre. And what I liked about this book was it had a murder subplot going on. So if you kind of like a little bit of mystery and thriller with some romance, this was a good one for that. So our heroine, Ty, she is the daughter of a New York Yankee, and before the story picks up, her mom dies when she's little. So basically she ends up going on the road with her father for the rest of her adolescent life. Then you flash forward to the present. She is a senior in the spring. She's literally about to graduate. She's still going on the road with the Yankees. She's homeschooled. She's the Batgirl, so baseball and the Yankees are full on in her blood. At the beginning of the book, the Yankees get a new player, Chase Stern. He is 22. He is known as a playboy and a bad boy within the baseball community. He actually ended up on the Yankees because the Dodgers needed to trade him away because he got in trouble for sleeping with a teammate's wife. So obviously he gets traded to the Yankees. He's very, very intrigued by Ty. Ty is very intrigued by him. Now, I did talk about in The Locker Room by Meagan Quinn how it had a really annoying time jump, like at the 80% mark. This one has a time jump, but it's halfway through. So it totally works with the plot, the story. Nothing was like irritating or anything like that. But I really enjoyed this story, so it definitely had like a forbidden romance aspect to it. And like I said, there's like a murder subplot going on, and then at the book you kind of find out how the murders were tied into the story, because the main characters are not trying to solve this. Like when I said that there's like kind of a mystery subplot, they're not trying to solve it. When you alternate the chapters, there's like these news articles between them talking about recent women who have turned up dead and how they relate to Ty, or like how they're connected to her. So it was just a really, really fun book. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the MLB references. I love watching baseball and stuff like that. So it was nice to get away from the college romance aspect and get to this one. I didn't have a huge problem with their age gap because he was only 5 years older. I love age gap. However, I don't like age gap when the guy is in his 30s and she's under the age of 20. I'm sorry, but I don't think 18 and 19-year-olds are mature enough mentally to be in a relationship with a man that old. And in turn, I don't know why men are going after 18 and 19-year-old girls. But that's just my gripe anyway. But so this one had an age gap, but I loved it. This was a solid 4 out of 5 stars for me. It was really enjoyable. Alright guys, so that is going to do it for the 5 baseball romance recs that I have for you. I hope you guys like these, and if you do want more, like I said, I currently have a TBR list. I'm about halfway through another one, and then I have another one downloaded on my Kindle that I want to read. I did forget to mention that all 5 of these books are free on KU. So, happy baseball reading, everyone. Alright, I will see you guys next time. Bye!